Welcome everybody to the Poke Battle Network. I am SoSflow, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Flash4Everyone's tournament metas, and that's going to be the Spice Cup remix they have for this month. Flash4Everyone is doing a lovely community meta monthly leaderboard, so go and check it out, and their rankings there for Flash4Everyone as the Spice Cup is what the remix is. And the Spice Cup has a lot of inclusion of bans, so bans include corresponding shadow and or non-shadow and purified forms. Bans do not, however, extend to other regions, appearances, or defensive offensive forms, etc, etc. The bans are and so there's this giant list of bans. You got carbink, greninja, haxorus, passimian, cradily, dunsparce, like tons of bans going on here. And it's wonderful. A great list of bans. I'm going to battle Necrotic Fate, the one of the head TOs here, the one head mods of Flash4Everyone, captain and all. And he is doing some good best of 5 here. We're just having some fun, bringing in what we want. But as you can see on this list, you're like, oh my god, how am I going to remember all of these Pokemon? How am I going to know what the meta is going to be like? And we're going to tell you in this video right here. As you see, we're gonna get open with the Pokemon that you can see. You go into Flash4Everyone, you go to the meta catalog, and at that meta catalog you copy the text you've got there, and then you go over to PVPoke, and over there at PVPoke under rankings they have custom rankings. You go into custom rankings, you hit export import settings, you hit simulate, and you let it run through, and you let it wait, and you let it wait, and you let it go through. And it might take a minute. As you can see, Scissor's gonna throw this Night Slash, Chill Bluey, and Sigilyph that I've never seen before. While we're still waiting, bringing out the Rayquaza, of course. Rayquaza's absolute gonna come for this Spice Cup. Prepare yourselves as the Dragon Tail and the Breaking Swipe come through. The video is not busted, I promise. It does take a minute for it to generate, I promise, but it does generate. It will ask, maybe you gotta wait, maybe you gotta continue, as Overquill, Lord Overquill comes back into play, and it's one of the top Pokemon here as well. As you see, there it is. Bam. So like I said, it might take a minute, but you will be able to see the Pokemon and what the top tier rankings are for this meta. So if you're having issues with that, reach out to the boys over at Flash4Everyone, as they will do their best to give you any sort of help and try to make it through and make it easy for you so you can get the right meta. As we're going to talk about the top 50 here, as I've posted up, right as we're looking at the top 18, I'm bringing out Girafarig, either Dragon Tail or whatchamacallit. I tried to bring out number 1 Magnezone, but Claydol, the ever so utility spice Claydol, rocking Ice Beam, rocking Shadow Balls, rocking every time there's an update, there's a new move on Claydol. Psychic Fangs, I think. Claydol's got all the love. Confusion, Mud Slaps. But Claydol can work if you see a bunch of Magnezones, because number 1 on the list is Magnezone. So we'll go down the top list of the top 5. We got, or top 10 at least, Magnezone, Magnezone Shadow, Rufflet, bringing in with the Aerial Ace and Brave Bird. You got Scissor Shadow ranked at number 4. Artibax, the brand new Dragon Ice Pokemon from the Paldea region, bringing the Dragon Breath, the Avalanche, and Dragon Claw. It's a nice little setup. Then you got Goodra, which apparently cannot take a Brave Bird, from Honchkrow. Gensect, Beware, Flygon, Lord Overquill, Staravia, Swellow, Scissor, number 13, Druddigon, and Golisopod rounds out number 15. I'll give you number 16 as your Charmer, and that'll be Gardevoir. Now, you're probably thinking, that is a lot of information. What am I going to do with this information? How do I build a team if I don't see that there's numerous amounts of information going on? How do I go about it in a Spice Cup too, nonetheless? Well, Spice Pokemon are only Spice Pokemon because they're just probably don't have the health stat or the defensive stat as the top 100 Pokemon out there. Maybe they can't take the hit just as well, but they can hit just as hard and have a great moveset as Spiritzy shows the damage it does to Gardevoir there with Charm. So these Pokemon can go all around. So my first suggestion to you would be look at for fast move. What fast move do you feel comfortable with? I think you should probably look at for Charm. That's a good one in some of these metas because people don't expect a Charm or are afraid of the Charm, aren't comfortable with their teams. So Charm puts that pressure on to forgive shields. Dragon Breath is a huge one-turn move in these matchups. And then, of course, our two top-tier Pokemon fast move usage, and that is Dragon Claw and Counter. Or Shadow Claw and Counter, I apologize. Shadow Claw and Counter. So seeing what Pokemon are rocking those fast moves could be a great first way for you to start building Pokemon. And I say Shadow Claw and Counter because we've seen them so often that they're just going to be able to help you feel comfortable building your energy, getting into your rhythm of Pokemon that you may not have played before. As Ariados has that Poison Sting, so I know how Poison Stings work. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got my Poison. I got my Mega Horn. Let's go for the Mega Horn. I don't know what how the Mega Horn build feels like, but I know how Poison Sting feels like, so I feel good to play the Poison Sting. I like Poison Sting. So in comes the Hippowdon with the Ice Fangs too. Feels good with it. So look for fast moves that you feel comfortable with. Then for Spice Cups, to be honest, look for a Pokemon that you love using. I love Rayquaza. It is ranked 28th in this meta. I will bring Rayquaza. Like, why not? All the top tier bench are down. I don't think ice is going to be as prevalent, and I believe all the real tanks are not in this meta. If we look down, the first rock type Pokemon that we're gonna see is ranked 32, and that's Probopass. Then you get Miltank with Rollout as well. Like, not gonna sugarcoat this, my Dragon looking pretty safe. Yeah, rock first one is 32. So you got great options now with flyers, with dragons, fighters, or fires can come out to play. So many great Pokemon that you can play with here in the top 32. That's why I love the spices. I'm going to bring in Overquill, Goodrill, and my Rayquaza because I want to play ABB Double Dragon. Whoa! Little shout out there to the Lee brothers, as we're going to get the Dark Pulse to go up. Now, Lord Overquill can have more than just the movesets that I have on it. It has a ton of movesets. It can have Shadow Ball, Aqua Tail, Sludge Bomb, Ice Beam. So you can have tons of play with Lord Overquill. It does not have to be a lock of a specific move. Having Poison Jab and Poison Sting too, again, build up the situation. Now, again, I love the Dragon Breath, and I want to see what his counter to Dragon War, see if I can draw it out so I can get my Dragon of Rayquaza to go out and have some fun. This normal typing Purloin, Peruguli, I believe has Charm, but it looks like it's rocking Tackle with the Aerial Ace. Oh, even with the boof, the Aerial Ace not good enough. And here comes the Dragon Tails, and oh, Peruguli. This cat is getting the moves off as the Aerial Ace gets shielded. Now both of us are without shields, and I've got energy on Rayquaza. In comes Sunflora. Oh, you made a catch, you. Necrotic Fate. I love it. So here we go again. Rayquaza gonna go in the matchup, and Sunflora with the bullets. He throws off the Sludge Bomb, and Rayquaza still alive. Gets a Dragon Claw in there. Can I get to the Aqua Tail time? The third bullet he goes through, but because of the faster move, my Poison Jab goes in, and I get to Aqua Tail. Woo! GG's, my friend. That was a good matchup there. So as you see, you get a lot of fun, spicy Pokemon showing up in your locals or in your remotes for your communities on your Discords or wherever you find your battling community at. But this meta here is super fun and it's super interesting, especially if you're really tired of seeing like all the same stuff in GBL and OGL Wasteland. Like if you want to actually know what that stuff that's coming at you and be prepared for it and kind of learn for it, this is the cup for you. So get out there and go do your Spice Cup tournaments for Flash4Everyone today. Thank you all for watching the Poke Battle Network. I'm SosaFlow, and like always, keep on battling.